And I give the call to the Honourable Member for Hertford.
Vale Michael Gordon, a giant of Australian journalism, a father, husband, grandfather, and dear friend of mine and mentor to so many of us here in Parliament House. His passing is a devastating loss to the gallery and, I believe, to our democracy. Michael was an incredible man. I can't recall knowing someone more respectful, polite, dignified and humble. And it's especially noteworthy to have these qualities in someone who spent so much time around politics. Disrespect and ego are contagious diseases in this building, but Michael never fell foul of either. I've noticed since his death this incredibly large number of people who have come forward saying they had a special and deep relationship with Michael. I felt that I had a special and deep relationship with him, and I've been surprised and delighted to see that so many others in this building got to share in his amazing wisdom. Michael was a journalist in the old mould. His model of journalism was better for the country. I don't think you'd find anyone in the press gallery who'd disagree with that. It was a kind of journalism that stuck with the story, that genuinely held decision makers to account, that provided a deep analysis of the issues that made readers and their leaders think better and more clearly about national problems. Journalism has moved on from there, and that's a very sad thing. I think many of us here saw Mickey try to struggle to give the quality of coverage and integrity to the story in the new media environment. He continued with the style and type of journalism that may not serve as particularly good clickbait, but something that the public and all of us desperately needed more of: tempered, nuanced, balanced, fair, thoughtful words. I sat this week in Labor's First Nations caucus amongst some of the leading Indigenous thinkers in our country, who I'm lucky to sit within the Labor caucus. And we were discussing what I regard as one of the most critical and important issues that our country faces, and that is how we close the gap with our Indigenous brothers and sisters. And I just thought, who is going to report on these issues now in the way that Michael would have reported on them? Who is going to take the time to really understand this, to visit those First Nations leaders, to speak with their communities, to understand what's actually happening on the ground? Someone who is going to follow this story for decades to really understand the ups and downs. I don't think we'll ever perhaps see an Australian journalist get as across these issues in the way Michael Gordon was. Never. I saw Michael about 2 months ago and we caught up for lunch, and he was entering a new phase. And I heard the member for Macmillan talking about how excited he was about his new project. And it's ironic, isn't it, that it was actually after leaving Fairfax that he looked like he was going to be able to get back into that type of journalism, the long-form type of journalism that so much sustained him. I want Robin and Scott and Sarah to know that much of our last conversation was about them and his excitement about what was happening in their lives, and the fact that after his retirement from the age for the first time, he was really getting to share so much more of their life with them. Spending time with Robin at their holiday house, Sarah having pretty recently become a mum, and all the time that Mike was spending with little Harry, and his incredible visit to Sierra Leone with Scotty. He was so proud of his kids and he talked about them all the time. I know I will miss his presence in the press gallery as he watched over question time. I used to look up at his face and I could just see we were disappointing him every single day. But seeing him up there, it made me strive to try to do what we're trying to do better, and I think others felt the same. There he sat, quietly, seriously, watching over affairs, seeing the Parliament through its ups and downs over many decades, and writing calm, serious, real journalism about the most important issues that confront our country. We are going to miss Michael Gordon, the man, and also his contribution to public life in this country. May he rest in peace.